Sam sat at the old wooden desk in his small apartment. A single lamp lit the space gently, casting long shadows on the bookshelves. He stared at the blank screen on his laptop with tired eyes. Maya's last message still sat unread in his inbox. Like a frozen echo, he felt a heavy weight pressing on his chest, as if hope itself hung by a thread. Every morning, Sam woke early to look at the quiet world outside his window. The street lay still, under soft dawn light, empty except for a few passing cars. In the past, Maya would wave from her porch and join him for coffee. Now her laughter lived only in his memory and on his phone screen. The miles between them felt wider with each sunrise. Sam remembered their laughter at dawn and the way they shared simple joys together. They talked about planets, art projects, and dreams of future adventures. Maya's smile was like sunlight, warming even his darkest hours. He missed how she understood his silence and how his words made her eyes sparkle. The memory of her voice brought both warmth and piercing sorrow to his heart. He opened his phone again and read Maya's last words out loud. "I miss you so much, Sam. Let's talk soon." But the chat bubble never turned blue with a reply. He knew Maya had moved to another city for a new job, far from their quiet neighborhood. Her new life was full of new friends, new streets, and fresh routines. He worried his place in her life had faded like a distant star. Sam felt lonely in his apartment, surrounded by reminders of their time together. The walls echoed with silence where her laughter used to fill the air. He tried to fill the space with small routines, morning runs, sketching at the park, and cooking simple meals. Yet every reminder of their friendship made him pause and stare at empty doorways. He wondered if Maya still thought of him at all. One evening, Sam found an old photo of them standing by the lakeside. They stood side by side with arms linked, faces bright under the setting sun. He traced his finger over her shape, feeling both joy and longing in his chest. The photo seemed to whisper promises of hope and returning smiles. He put the picture in a small frame and placed it gently on his desk. Over the next days, Sam planned a way to reach Maya across the distance, considered sending a small gift. By overnight courier, he thought of writing a heartfelt letter by hand, sealed with wax like in old stories. He even drafted a poem to capture his feelings of hope and loss. Each idea rose and fell in his mind like waves on a distant shore. He opened a blank document on his laptop and began to type with trembling fingers. His words flowed slowly at first, then grew stronger and more honest. He wrote about the sunrise walks, secret jokes, and all the moments that shaped their friendship. He wrote how her presence lifted his spirit on dark days and made him believe in the power of kindness. His heart poured into every sentence. When he finished, Sam read his words aloud under the warm glow of the lamp. His voice shook, but his words carried a gentle strength born of hope. He saved the message as a draft and stared at it, imagining Maya's face when she read it. A new plan formed quietly in his mind, like a seed taking root. He decided he would send this letter no matter his fear. The next morning, Sam found a small wooden box in his drawers. Inside, he placed the printed letter, the folded paper crane they had once made, and a pressed flower from their favorite park. The crane reminded him of their shared origami project, and the flower spoke of beauty that lasts. He wrapped the box in bright paper and tied it with a simple string. It felt like a small act of human bravery. He called the courier service and arranged a reliable delivery to Maya's new address. After the pickup, he watched the courier truck drive away, feeling a spark of pride in his chest. He felt hope rise as he imagined Maya opening the box hours later. He believed she would smile at the letter and remember the bond they shared. He believed human connection could cross any distance. All day, Sam held on to his hope like a precious gift. He worked with a new light shining in his eyes, carried by simple faith. Every notification on his phone made his heart beat faster with excitement. He imagined her reading his words, feeling his sincerity, and writing back soon. He imagined their friendship growing stronger, renewed by honest care. As dusk fell, Sam sat once more at his desk under the lamp's comforting glow. He closed his eyes and breathed deeply, letting the day's hope fill his spirit. He looked at the framed photo and felt a gentle warmth in his heart. He knew the road ahead might still hold uncertainty and silence, yet he felt human determination stirring within him. Sam knew this small act would not solve everything, but it was a start. He trusted in the power of human hope, kindness, and the strength to keep going. He believed that true friendship could weather any storm and span any distance. He would keep trying until Maya felt close again, until her voice came alive on his phone once more. In that quiet room, Sam felt the promise of tomorrow shining bright. 1 week passed since Sam sent the small wooden box to Maya. Each morning, he waited by his laptop. His heart felt heavy. No new messages arrived. He checked the tracking code again and again. The courier had marked it delivered 2 days ago. Yet Maya had not replied. Sam felt lost. He tried to remember the sound of her laugh. His room seemed colder now. He walked to the window and looked at the sky. The clouds drifted slowly. He felt a strange ache. He missed her voice. He missed her smile. Quiet hope stirred in his chest. He sat at his desk and thought hard. He opened the video call app. He dialed her name. He pressed connect. No one picked up. He tried her email. He sent a message. He waited. His screen stayed blank. He wondered if Maya had new friends. I thought, she might be busy at work. He worried she forgot him. He felt anger and fear at the same time. He shook his head. He would not give up. He believed humans keep trying. He believed hope can cross any wall. He felt a spark of courage rise within him. He smiled. He remembered the small drone project he built with Maya. They spent nights soldering circuits and testing motors. Drone was light and nimble. It carried a tiny camera and a small speaker. They dreamed it could one day travel far away. Sam stood in his storage shed and opened the dusty box. He saw the blue wings folded like memories. He held the frame gently. He felt his heart beat faster. The work they did felt alive again. He knew he could use the drone to send a message. Smiled at the chance to try something truly new. He set to work with careful steps, cleaned the drone's blades and tested each motor. He replaced a broken wire with fresh copper. He programmed the speaker to play a simple voice recording, wrote a short message in his own voice. It said, "Maya, I miss you. Hope this small friend finds you." He saved the file on a small memory card. He opened his toolbox and found a tiny screwdriver. Each turn of the screw felt like building hope. Worked late into the night under. A single bulb. He felt human power in his hands. The next morning, Sam took the drone to the park near his home. He chose a wide field for its test flight. Children played near the swings. Birds called from the trees. He felt the breeze on his face as he held the controller. He pressed the launch button and watched the drone rise. It floated above the grass. He guided it in circles, testing the camera. He saw his own face on the small screen. He spoke into the microphone, "Maya, this is for you." The drone speaker carried his voice into the sky. He felt hope take flight. He watched the drone hover for a moment. Then he guided it toward the city where Maya lived. He saw the map on the screen with a red marker. The drone would travel many miles. He felt his pulse quicken. He whispered, "Come back to me." He imagined Maya listening, imagined her smile. He believed the drone could bridge the gap. He believed in human creativity and spirit. He knew the journey might fail. He knew the risk. Yet he would try until the drone returned. He packed his tools and headed home. He felt new strength inside him. Days passed and Sam did not hear from Maya. He tested the drone's camera at home. He watched the flight recordings. He studied each frame for signs of life. He thought he saw a figure near a street. He paused. The clip and zoomed in with his heart racing. The figure looked like Maya. She held something in her hand and moved toward the drone. Sam held his breath. Then the clip ended. He sighed deeply. He knew the drone might return with no answer. Yet he also knew the human spirit can always kindle hope from bright small signs. That evening, Sam held the controller one last time. He watched the drone rise into the dark sky. Lights from the city below looked like a field of stars. He spoke. Aloud, "Thank you, friend." He knew the drone served more than one mission. It carried human hope across the void. He believed Maya might see it again. He believed their bond could grow stronger. He felt proud of his effort, and his heart felt light. He looked at the stars and smiled. He whispered to the night, "We will reconnect." In that moment, Sam felt truly human and hopeful. Sam sat at his desk, watching the gray sky outside his window. The drone rested in its box, its blue wings folded like a silent promise. He felt a gentle sadness at its stillness. He missed Maya's voice, her bright laugh that once filled his small apartment. He sighed and pressed his fingertips to the wood grain of his desk. Then a new thought bloomed in his mind. If sound and flight alone could not reach her, perhaps art and light could. He believed in human creativity, believed in hope. He knew that people could do remarkable things when they cared deeply. And so he began to plan his next gesture. He stood in the quiet of the local park where he and Maya once walked each evening. Cool air drifted through the trees, and the grass held tiny beads of dew. He placed a small piece of chalk on a bench and drew a simple origami crane. Underneath, he wrote, "For Maya." He imagined hundreds of these cranes floating in the air, each one a small piece of his heart. He wanted the world to see his message and pass it on. He took notes in a small notebook. Lanterns shaped like cranes, soft lights inside each one, a projector to cast his words across the lawn, and even a live video broadcast so Maya could watch from anywhere. He sketched shapes and wrote dates. He felt a spark of energy in his chest. Back in his workshop, Sam gathered paper, wire, and tiny LED bulbs. He folded each crane carefully, pressing the creases with steady fingers. He inserted the lights one by one, wiring them under the paper wings so they glowed from within. Each crane shone gently in the dim light. He numbered them from 1 to 50. He paused on crane number 27, his age, when Maya moved away. He whispered, "I will not stop until you see this." He worked late, rewiring circuits when a bulb failed, refolding paper when a wing bent too far. Every small success filled him with pride. Every setback strengthened his resolve. 2 days later, Sam returned to the park with 50 glowing cranes tied to slender wires. He also carried a small projector, a speaker, and a tripod with a smartphone mount. He arranged the cranes around a circular clearing at sunset, pushing each wire into the soft ground so the lights peaked just above the grass. He set the projector to face a blank wall of ivy and tested the focus. Then he placed the phone on the tripod and connected it to his live stream channel. He spoke into the microphone. "Hello, I'm Sam. This is for you, Maya." He felt his voice trembled, but he pressed on, adjusting volume and camera angle until everything was just right. As night fell, neighbors began to gather. They saw soft points of light drifting above the grass like fireflies. Children ran between the glowing cranes, laughter ringing through the trees. A few older people sat on nearby benches, curious smiles on their faces. Sam climbed a small stepladder and aimed the projector at the ivy. A warm white beam carved words into the leaves. "Maya, I miss you. Please come back." The crowd hushed, drawn into the gentle message. Someone started a quiet clap. Sam felt his heart swell. He looked down at his phone screen and saw the view count rising. 10, 20, 50, then hundreds. He watched the live comments scroll by. "Beautiful. How creative. I hope she sees this." He held his breath and typed a link to the event's live stream into a public forum, where Maya sometimes posted her own art. He tagged her username. "This is for you, Maya," he wrote again. Moments later, a new notification appeared on his screen. Maya had viewed the live stream. He stared at the alert, stunned. His chest tightened. He saw her face on the video feed just for a second, wiped by an unseen passerby. She paused under a street lamp, looking up at the glowing cranes. Then the feed cut away. The townspeople around her must have gasped in wonder. Sam felt tears prick his eyes. After the crowd drifted home, Sam stayed among the cranes and dimmed the projector. He spoke softly into the microphone again. "Thank you for watching. I hope you feel my heart." He turned off the speaker and lifted the final crane from the ground. He held it close. In its glow, he saw his own reflection, and it showed a man full of hope. He packed up his tools in the chilly night air, each piece a reminder of human determination. He believed that even if Maya did not reply right away, his art had reached her. He believed people could span any distance with care and creativity. That night, Sam returned to his apartment and placed the last crane beside the framed photo of him and Maya. He turned off the lamp and sat in the dark for a moment, letting the memory of her face warm him. He whispered, "We are closer now." He closed his eyes and felt peace in his chest. Tomorrow he would wake and perhaps see her message waiting. But even if he did not, he would not lose hope. He would keep finding new ways to show his care. Because he was human, and humans never stop reaching for those they love. Sam woke before sunrise, his heart light with purpose. After the lanterns and cranes, he felt closer to Maya than ever. He knew she saw his message, and that sparked a new idea. He would go to her, packed a small bag with water, sandwiches, and the wooden box they once built together. He folded his jacket neatly and kissed the framed photo on his desk. He checked the map on his phone. Maya lived 300 miles away, past rolling hills and wide rivers. He had never traveled that far alone. His hands trembled with both fear and excitement. He closed his eyes and took a deep breath. Humans could do great things when they believed in someone. He believed in Maya, and that belief gave him strength. Sam found a second-hand bicycle at a local shop. Its paint was chipped, but its wheels turned smoothly. The shopkeeper smiled when Sam explained his plan. "That's a long ride," the man said. Sam nodded, smiling back. "I know, but I have to try." He paid the small cost with money he'd saved from odd jobs. He felt proud. Every cent in that jar marked his determination. At dawn the next day, Sam clipped his bag to the bike's rack. He pressed his foot to the pedal and started down the empty street. The air was cool and fresh. Birds sang in the trees lining the road. He watched the city lights fade behind him. His legs ached at first, but with each turn of the wheel, his doubt rolled away. He imagined Maya's smile at his arrival. He pedaled out of town and onto a country road. The morning sun warmed his back as fields of grass stretched to the horizon. A red fox darted across the path, pausing to look at him before vanishing. Sam waved. In that moment, he felt the world cheer him on. Every animal and every blade of grass seemed to whisper, "Keep going." Gripped the handlebars and rode faster. By midday, dark clouds gathered overhead. Rain began to fall in thick drops. Sam let the water soak through his jacket. He kept pedaling, wet and cold, but determined. His hands gripped the handles tighter. The rain blurred the road, but he trusted his muscles to carry him forward. He thought of Maya reading his letter, her eyes shining with surprise. He imagined her opening her door when he rang the bell. After the rain passed, Sam spotted a large oak tree beside the road. He leaned the bike against its trunk and sat on the damp grass. He took out a sandwich and ate slowly, his fingers numb but his spirit warm. He closed his eyes against the fading drizzle and whispered, "I will see you soon." His heart felt steady. He believed that each drop of rain had only washed away his doubts. In the afternoon sun, Sam remounted his bike. His legs burned with tiredness, but he welcomed the burn. It reminded him he was alive and capable of hope. He watched as purple hills rose ahead, glowing softly in the light. He pedaled. In a steady rhythm, his breath in time with the spinning wheels. The road seemed to lift him forward, carrying his wish like a flag in the wind. Late that evening, Sam reached the outskirts of Maya's city. Towering buildings glowed in windows high above. He felt both small and immense with pride. The miles behind him faded into memory, replaced by the bright promise of reunion. He cycled down wide avenues, following the address Maya once sent. Streetlights guided him like friendly stars. He arrived at a quiet street lined with old brick houses. His bag felt heavy, but his heart felt light. He parked his bike by a lamppost and walked the last block on foot. Each step quickened his pulse. He reached her front door and paused, his hand hovering over the brass knocker. He thought of the wooden box and the paper crane inside it, the symbols of their friendship and his hope. Sam lifted the knocker and let it fall. The sound echoed through the night. His chest tightened with expectation. He held his breath and waited. The door swung open slowly. Maya stood there, her face pale in the lamplight. For a moment neither spoke. Then Maya's eyes filled with tears and she stepped forward. Sam smiled and held out the wooden box. They stood together on the doorstep, separated by only a small step. Maya took the box with trembling hands. Sam's heart swelled as she opened it to find the paper crane and the pressed flower. "You came," she whispered. Sam nodded. "Promised I would." Maya smiled, her eyes bright with joy. In that instant, every mile he rode, every drop of rain, and every doubt he overcame melted away. Under the soft glow of the street lamp, they embraced. Sam felt Maya's warmth and heard her steady heartbeat. He knew that no distance could break their bond. He believed in the power of human hope, courage, and love. Together, they stepped inside and closed the door. The journey had shown him how far humans would go for someone they care about, and how hope can bridge any gap. Sam sat at his small desk in the warm morning light. He gazed at his bicycle helmet, remembering his long ride to Maya's home. The wooden box and folded paper crane still rested on the shelf. His apartment felt quiet and empty now that distance had returned. He missed Maya's voice and her bright laugh. A soft ache rose in his chest. Yet he did not lose hope. He believed in human will and creativity. He believed that even far apart, people could stay close. He thought of their reunion under the lamppost. He held on to that memory like a spark. He whispered, "I will find a way again." He opened his laptop and stared at the empty chat window. The messages from Maya felt out of reach. He thought of her new life in the city. He felt sadness and concern, yet pride also warmed him. He had ridden 300 miles to see her. He had shown his care in every step. He believed that human determination could bridge any gap. He imagined their voices echoing on the screen. He pictured laughter and shared stories across the miles. He felt a gentle excitement bloom inside him. He knew he could try again. Closed the chat and made a plan filled with hope and new ideas. He felt bold. He walked to his bookshelf and found the old sketchbook they shared. Its cover was worn, and its pages held drawings of planets, stars, and the paper cranes they made. He opened it to a blank page, wrote the words "Friday Story," night in neat letters. Below them, he sketched two figures holding hands under a string of lights. He added a note, 8 p.m. on video. He drew small lanterns and hearts around the scene. Each mark filled him with warmth. He felt his hope grow with every line. This simple idea felt like a bridge. He believed it would keep them close again. He imagined Maya smiling warmly when she saw it on her screen. He set up his laptop on the desk and tested the camera and microphone. He placed a small lamp behind the screen so his face would be clear and warm. He logged into the video app at 7:59. His fingers shook as he pressed the send button. He watched a blank screen. His heart beat loudly. Then he saw Maya's name appear. He clicked accept. Buh. Her face filled the screen. She smiled softly and waved. Sam felt tears of joy. He greeted her with a bright hello. The distance between them vanished for a moment. He believed this new ritual could light their way. He felt proud of his courage to try. They shared stories and poems for the next hour. Sam read the poem he wrote for Maya. She listened with bright eyes. Then Maya read a short story she wrote. Sam felt his heart fill with pride. They laughed at jokes and talked about their days. He showed her the bridge painting in the digital app. She added more stars and glowing lights. He praised her talent. She thanked him for sharing art. They promised to build on the painting next week. He felt closer to her than ever before. In that moment, he knew their bond was strong across any miles. He realized that this small ritual of sharing created new strength and joy. After the call, Sam closed his laptop and stood by the window. He watched the dark sky and thought of the light cranes on the ground. His heart felt full and calm. He walked to the shelf and touched the drone with its new video camera. An idea came again. He would send live video messages with the drone. In Maya's sky, he would add bright LEDs so the drone could glow like a star. He believed this gift would show her his care once more. He returned to his workshop with energy in his steps. He smiled at the work ahead. He felt proud of human creativity and hope. That night, Sam went outside near his apartment building. He held the controller and launched the drone into the sky. The small craft rose above the rooftops. It glowed like a bright star with its LEDs. And Sam spoke his message into the mic. "I am here with you." The live video streamed to Maya's. Said he watched the screen as people looked up in wonder. He hoped Maya saw it too. He believed that even a single glowing drone could carry his caring heart across any distance. He watched the sky until the drone's light faded. Then he felt peace and deep hope in his chest. He knew that humans never give up on the ones they love.